Okay, y'all, I'm back. How's it looking now? Let me know in the chat if it's still buffering for y'all. Because I am... Here. Hey, cool gamer, how's it going? Dang, it's still not enough? But how is it on your guys' end? Let me know. Is it buffering for you guys, or is it okay? Because... looks like it's still buffering. Let me try dropping the bit rate. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I'm so sorry. I don't want this whole entire stream to buffer for you guys, so I'm just trying to fix it as best as I possibly can. Let me try lowering the bit rate. Damn, it really is buffering. Huh. It's going good. What about you? I'm doing okay. Just trying to fix this buffering issue that keeps happening here on this stream. So, because I don't want my reactions to suddenly buffer for you guys. And even after for the stream, for anybody that's watching, that's just not good. So, something is going on here. Is it supposed to be like this? Because I'm... Sorry, y'all. We are struggling with tech issues today. Like, is it even working at that? It's just really, like, buffering really. Settings, come on, open up. Let's see. Oh, I can't put as currently active. Okay. Well, that's just great. Okay. Can you guys see my head moving, maybe? Anything at all? Okay. Huh. That is really weird. Okay. Maybe it's supposed to do that. So, yeah. Without wasting any more time, just let's get into the reactions. I think it's just how it is. Maybe. So, yeah, let's just get on to it. Give me 1 second. And, oh, whoops, there's nothing there. Let me... Hello. Why is it not? What happened? Why is it not showing up? Hello? Oh, okay, there we go. Y'all, as you can see, we are running into so many tech issues today. But I guess that's what happens when you're live streaming, right? So, all right. So anyways, aside from the tech issues, we are going to be reacting to these videos today. The first, we're going to be reacting to an Emmy Reachu video, followed by a Jace Mations video, followed by a new thing, but not really. It is from Emily, and it's also from another person named Didas, and they collaborated together to make a channel called Spilled Ink, and that's what we're also going to react to as well today. So, let's start with Emmy Reachu. The first, now this video is titled Moving. Okay, what? Oh my god. How relatable is that, right? Moving to a different place, a different country, all of that, I'm sure is relatable to everybody around here, including me. I've moved around a lot. So, but what was her experience like? Let's go ahead and find out what it was like for her to move. Because I heard she grew up in New York, and then she moved here to California, and now she lives in Japan. And so I guess that we understood. I guess I kind of understand how she was moving to Japan from California, but maybe she might explain how she moved from New York to California? Is this what it is? But let's find out anyways. So make sure to like up this stream to give it lots of support, even if it is dealing with a bunch of tech issues and all that buffering issues. Make sure to subscribe and set the notification bell to all on my YouTube channel to be notified of my videos, my shorts, my community posts, just everything that's on there. And on Twitch, make sure to follow me, because once we reach 50 followers, we might do something special on there. Who's to say what it is? And because remember, it's a surprise, so shh. So if you want that to happen, make sure to follow me on Twitch, okay? So yeah, let's just get started with this reaction in 3, 2, 1, let go. I hope you guys are still able to react with me even through the tech issues. All right, let's just get started.
Moving 3,000 miles away is an interesting experience. You get used to living in one place for most of your life, memorizing the routes to all your favorite local spots and the addresses of your closest friends.
Oh, yes.
And then suddenly, you're packing up boxes, sorting through a decade's worth of long-forgotten items, deciding what to keep and what to throw away forever, and wondering if your friends will still miss your presence when you're long gone. You might assume I'm talking about my move to Japan. But this story is actually about the time I suddenly moved from New York to California many years ago. If you're a longtime viewer of this channel, then you've probably already heard me mention this particular life event several times, but I've never really gone into detail about it, so today I'll be sharing this story with you through a sort of manga-esque style. Reason is, I'm practicing for Kadokawa's Wordless World Manga Contest. Kadokawa is a multimedia publishing company behind works like Nichijou, Future Diary, Oshi...
I think this might be a sponsor, so I do not want to get demonetized, so yeah. If you're interested, check that out after the stream in her video, so. Alright, I think this might be a good spot.
For the first 15 years of my life, I'd gotten used to life in New York. It was all I knew. I'd attended school with the same familiar classmates, made countless trips to the same familiar library over the years, and lived in the same familiar house since I could remember. Now as a high schooler, I've gotten used to the familiar routine of walking to school every morning with my childhood best friend and neighbor, Carmen. We'd known each other since we were in kindergarten, but our friendship was rekindled in middle school when we took the same bus home one day and she showed me a book she was reading about dragons. And since then, we'd basically been inseparable. During our walks with our friends to and from school, we'd sometimes plan out where we'd eat for dinner once we graduated high school, where we would celebrate, and where we might even go to college or settle down. It was always assumed that we would cross these milestones together. And then, my world was turned upside down on one New Year's Day. As soon as the clock struck midnight, my brothers yelled, "Happy New Year! You're moving to California! Happy New Year!" What? Yeah, you're gonna be a California girl. Look, you got blonde highlights, so you'll already fit right in. Are you joking? I'm still going to school. When are we moving? Next month. So you should probably start packing soon. What? I was somehow the very last person in my family to be made aware that my dad had received news that he was moving job locations, and starting in just a month, I was going to be living on the opposite side of the country. And of course, the first person I alerted was Carmen. It was, as you might have guessed, devastating. Her parents had even tried to convince my parents to let me stay with them at least for the remainder of our sophomore year, and they would take care of me, which was an idea I was super down for considering I basically half lived there already. But it was no use. Starting early February, I was going to be in a new school, living in a new state, and have to figure out how to make new friends. Admittedly, I didn't really handle the move super well once I had the time to process it. There's a reason why there's so many gaps in my memory when I try to recall that specific year. And even while scripting this video, I had to call my parents and friends to see if they remembered anything. It feels like it's been like a million years, and my brain has fully developed since then, so a lot of it honestly feels like a blur. But I remember feeling so angry and almost determined to hate California. After we got situated in our new home, I spent a lot of nights crying into my pillow and feeling sorry for myself and being a negative Nancy about everything. You know, typical teenage angst and rejecting change and all that. I hated the perfect always sunny weather. I hated our apartment and its ugly dirt-colored carpeting. I hated the palm trees. I liked In-N-Out, so at least I had that going for me. When I tried In-N-Out for the first time, I thought it was so incredibly delicious, I ended up eating it 5 days in a row. It was one of the few things that gave me solace in a time where I looked for misery in everything. And when I started attending my new school, that was when the move really hit me and I started feeling the loneliness. It was so different in every single way. The student population was more than double the size of my old school, and strangely, the whole campus was outdoors and entirely ground level. So the hallways and lockers were all outside, and some of the classrooms looked more like cabins lined up next to each other.
They look like that.
Since I moved in the middle of the school year, seemingly out of nowhere, a lot of people automatically assumed I was a foreign exchange student. Plus, I feel like by the time you're halfway through high school, most people have figured out their friend groups by then. And I wasn't sure if there was really a place for me here. However, I will say, the nice thing about the school campus being outside was the fact that the lunch area was huge.
Got to eat outside?
You could eat in the cafeteria, or you could eat out on the lawns, or sit at one of the many tables outside. So I didn't have to go through the awkward teen movie experience of carrying my tray through a cramped cafeteria looking for a vacant table where it would be obvious I was by myself. I could just plop down on the corner of the lawn and go unnoticed. And on one fateful day, someone walked up to the corner I was sitting at and asked, "Hey, do you want to come sit with us?" And it was none other than the anime club. I knew my people would find me one way or another.
Anime club in high
and
school.
from that day forward, making friends was a lot easier, and I started hating California less and less. It's true, the power of friendship really is the strongest force. In the end, I ended up adjusting better than I expected, but I spent that first year comparing absolutely everything to my hometown and telling Carmen all about it over the phone. And there were a few words I quickly discovered were not used as often here, and I thought were pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's
Example, back in my old school, whenever you needed to borrow a sheet of lined paper, you'd ask the person next to you, "Hey, do you have a sheet of loose leaf I could borrow?" That's just a phrase I got really used to for years, right? So during one physics class in my first week, I turned to the person behind me and asked, "Hey, could I borrow a sheet of loose leaf?" "A what? Loose leaf? I don't think I have any." "Oh. Okay. Excuse me, sir, do you have any loose leaf I could use?" "What? Loose leaf paper?"
So confused.
I'm afraid I don't know what that is. Lined paper? Oh, yes, I have plenty of lined paper. How many do you need?
Oh my god.
I still don't know if it's like an East Coast term or something, because I was under the impression everyone used that word. So if you have any idea, please let me know. Another time, I was over at a classmate's house doing homework, and their sister had asked, "Do you guys want any pizza? I'm gonna order some." "Oh, sure. How many pies are we getting?" "Oh, pies. You want pie?" No.
Yeah,
you know,
that
like
one I'm
pizza
kinda
pie? Pizza isn't pie.
Yeah,
but
like,
you call a whole pizza a pie. Why do you call it a pie? Pies are a different thing entirely.
Yeah, I would think so.
You know, like, the pie chart, it looks like a pizza. It looks like a pie!
I think
I
that's
stopped
just
calling pizza pie
I
after
think
that.
that's just a New York
On
thing,
the opposite
though.
end, though, I started picking up on some words, too. About a year or two after the move, I was mid-conversation with my brothers when I responded with something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, I'm hella stoked for that." What the f*** did you just say? Did you say hella and stoked? Oh, that's so California. Yeah, all the New York just left your body. You're a full California now. Ew. And of course, eventually when I became an adult and could finally afford to visit New York again after so long, the first person to greet me at the airport was my best friend, Carmen. And even though it'd been about 5 years since we last saw each other, and we'd both grown so much since then, it was as if no time had passed. I found out that a year after I moved, Carmen had written a poem about her fear of the distance between us, which actually ended up winning its way into getting published in a poetry book. And I think it's really beautiful and touching, so I'd like to share it with you today. Read by Carmen herself.
Once with trembling hands, I chopped off your hair. Thick, straight streams of black, cut with wishes of bangs and layers, fell to the floor. But it was all right, you said. Through the comments and the teasing, you were still beautiful to me. But now it has changed. You're different from the style that I once knew, from the style that I once created. Each picture I see of you now, your hair is cut, trimmed, tossed, feathered, colored, bleached, and different every time. Shorter, but just as pretty. But I never saw a goddess go. And with each trim, you cut off every strand that connects you to me. Soon the hair that I once touched, suffocated by the loss of love, will grow too far from your mind and will be snipped away.
It's been 12 years since that poem was written, but I think it's nice to look back on a time when everything was so uncertain and know that some friendships really can survive the hurdles of time and distance. I think one of the greatest difficulties of moving anywhere is the uncertainty of knowing whether or not the friendships you've made will last, or if they'll slowly fizzle out, as many naturally do. When you become an adult and start living life, you'll start to realize that a lot of your friendships in school were built on proximity and routine. And there's, of course, nothing wrong with that, but you'll find that making friends is easy, but maintaining them gets harder.
Yes, absolutely.
I think my first moving experience helped me prepare myself for even bigger life changes down the line. like when some of my close friends moved away, or when my parents both moved back to Korea, and especially when I made the decision to move to Japan. I live in a completely different time zone and country now, but I think it's only strengthened the bonds I have with the friends who've always been there for me. And hey, if we can survive witnessing our cringiest hormonal years together, we can survive anything.
Well, what happened?
Thanks so much for watching.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's so nice. Don't play the next one, please. Not yet. Hello. Alright. So yeah, that was a really good story about how she moved from New York to California. That really kind of relates with me in some way. I grew up in, well, I was born in America or raised in America, okay? For the past since my whole life, and basically we lived in another state, which I will not say for private reasons, for a couple years, and then after, and we kind of moved around down there to different towns in that state. During that time, I lived in that state that I will not mention for privacy reasons, but then came the day, like a couple years ago, I was told, hey, we're going to be moving to where I live now in California. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you where, okay? I live in California, yes. But so, yeah, we moved a couple of years ago, and honestly, I could relate to that starting feeling, yeah, because I was like that as well, and now I cringe on that. It's like, why did I hate this place so much? It's like, it's not that bad. It's like, it does come with its issues, but it was actually, yeah, it wasn't really so bad of a move. So, yeah, that's what it was like here. And now here I am, of course, is I'm obviously just I'm still here, so yeah. Yeah, let's just say that. Here, so yeah, that's just to put it in a short way. But yeah, this was just a great story nonetheless, and and if you guys can relate to it, that story, let me know in the chat. Or if you have, or were you guys feeling a little something else? That could also happen, right? During moving process. Or maybe it's just, that's like trying to, or maybe it's something else. Anyways, let me know if you've ever moved to a new place, whether it be a new state, a new country, whatever. Let me know how the move went for you, and how did you feel about it at first, and how did you feel about it now, really, I guess. So yeah, let me know in the chat. So And then, uh-oh, why is that? Okay. Anyways, let's just bring up the next video for the reaction. Alright. Next up, we have Jace Mations, and this one is titled The College Party Experience. Oh boy. Well, guess what? In my 4 years of college, I never went to a party. Okay, yeah, sure, boo me all you want, but I just was so busy with my with homework and all that other stuff, and plus I just didn't really feel like going to any of these parties, like, at all. So yeah, but let's see how it went for him. Let's see how what his college party experience was like. So yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. So make sure to like up the stream if you have for all the tech issues that we are experiencing right now. I'm so sorry about that. I will try and get these fixed. Subscribe, follow me on subscribe on YouTube and hit that bell. Follow me on Twitch because there's a 50 follower. There might be a 50 follower celebration, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so and let's get into this reaction in 3, 2, 1, let go. Oh, sorry. There you go. Will both hands be on brand? My God. Okay.
So I ain't gonna lie, I always saw myself as one of those I hate going out type people. And then a few weeks ago I went to a function. It was calm, but like I was still kind of like, I don't know if I mess with parties like that. I'd rather be inside and all that. But this Halloween I went to the Freak Fest. Pause. This is the literal flyer. It was called the Freak Fest, nothing actually freaky. You feel me? But if you're watching this and that look familiar, then if you know, you know. So I made up my mind to
Wait. Let me actually search that up. Although it might dox him. but just in case, let me Halloween Freak Fest. Oh, it's all over the place. It's all over America. Okay. Okay, I don't think they really have one location. Okay. Just wanted to know. Alright. Let's get on the rest of this.
go to this function, and I was going solo too, just, you know, going to show up and see what happens. So I put on my calm little Halloween fit, which I was going as Dexter. Now I know a lot of people don't even know who that is, so they didn't even peep that, probably just like some random, but that was kind of the point. But I put on my fit and I drove over to the spot, which is like 15 minutes away, and I parked at this McDonald's nearby, and I walked towards the building, and it was like this warehouse type thing, and there was already a little line getting started, but nothing too crazy, because they were going to start letting people in at 9 p.m. and I was here at like 8:30 something. So I walked up, got in line, and was chilling and thinking to myself, this is calm, like I'm gonna wait in line, and then when the doors open, we all gonna get in. So I was chilling in line, looking around, you know, trying not to be one of those dudes who just sit on their phone in line, and I was trying to be a human. So I was just looking around at costumes and everything, and I just got a relationship like 3 months ago, so I wasn't here for like the huzz like most people. But when I tell you, bro, there was nothing but 5 stars walking around, bro. Like I was literally in shock. Like I knew girls wore some shit for Halloween, but this was different, bro. Like my eyes had amethyst in this John, and I go to a PWI, so on campus I don't really see like that many black people, but here, bro, 85% of the people here were black. So it made it like 10 times better. So I'm standing here in line, peeping game on my surroundings, and where I was in the line, you could like see the door, and I saw they started letting people in. So the line slowly merged into a crowd that was being funneled into 2 lines. One line for people paying at the door, and the other line for people who already got their tickets. Now I thought, I'm pretty close to the door and like near the front of the line, I would say, so this shouldn't take too long, right? I was very wrong, because it was around like 9:30 p.m. at this point. Take note of this, guys. I'm chilling in the crowd. Everyone is slowly starting to get closer and closer together. Like, people went from a few feet away from me to shoulder, and then it turned to ass, pause. So we were all packed into this mosh pit basically, and we ain't even inside yet.
That's
but it was
crazy.
calm for now, because I'm about to run down the events that took place outside. So at one point, this girl next to me dead passed out, like dropped to the ground, and her man and her friends were picking her up off the ground, and he was like, look at me, you're okay, while holding her face, and she was dead limp, bro. And somebody nearby was like, she gonna throw up. And even in this mosh pit where everyone was literally like ass to ass, like I said, people started backing up around her, forming a little area where she was. I'm like, I'm not about to get thrown up on, hell nah. So people just kind of dispersed around her. I'm just assuming she pre-gamed a little too hard or something, I don't know. And then while chilling, somebody taps me on my shoulder, and I turn, and this dude in a green bodysuit said I look like Che. And this is the craziest thing. This isn't the first time somebody has told me this, bro. And I was like, bro, I've been told that before. And I turned back. And then a little later, the crowd slowly moved a little bit more. And this dude asked me if I had lost my friends or I was riding solo or anything. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm riding solo. And then he was like, you want to rock with me, my boy? And I was like, sure. So my solo mission was now turned into a trio. And bro was telling me about how he's a loud ass dude, and he'd be talking to anybody and everybody. And he did. Because while in this crowd, he was just talking to random dudes and girls around us. And I was like, this is exactly what I needed. Because like, I'm a quiet dude when it comes down to it, but when I'm rocking with somebody loud and outgoing and all that, I'm gonna match their energy, you see what I'm saying? So I'm rocking with these bros now, and the mosh pit was literally turning into a war zone, bro. Like, there's people pushing other people, which made more people push other people into more people. It was just mad chaotic, right? And at one point, there were like these loud ass girls who were behind us, who were either being pushed into me and this one dude, or pushing us, but they were just tweaking out behind us, like yelling and screaming, doing the most, right? And I was looking at bro, joking with him like, I'm gonna crash out, bro, I'm gonna crash out. And he's like, I'm right there with you, gang. And this was before the pushing even got bad. Like, I thought these girls, or whoever was pushing them into us, or whatever was happening that was close to us, was bad, but I had no clue, bro. So after like 30 minutes of standing and slowly moving as people were let in, I was like now slightly closer to the entrance, and this giant mass of people that had formed in front of the door. Like, it was a line up until this point. So the bros literally moved through the crowd to the other side at one point, on the far left side, and I was like, they said I'm rolling with them, so I followed them to the other side. Now, we were kind of close to the entrance.
Yeah,
this spot wasn't any better because people were still pushing, and we barely made any progress towards getting inside, but I was still chilling. And at one point, this girl that was close to me and the bro was like dead on one of the bro's bodies. She was death smashed, bro. Like, she was acting and moving a little goofy. And at one point, I was zoning out, and I turned back, and she's trying to throw ass on him. I'm like, what is happening? And then she started talking to the other bro, and he was on a mission that most of the men here were on. He was looking for the huzz, so they started chopping it up. And at one point, bro looks at me, and he was talking to her, and he was like, what do you think of him? And then she looked at me and said he looked good too. And I just looked at gang with that tight shit look, cause she think the whole squad looked good. Now, cut to a little later, and we had made a little more progress towards getting in to like kind of like the edge of this mass of people on this side, and we could dead see the entrance and the person you had to pay to get in. Now, at one point I wasn't paying too much attention, and the next thing I know, both of the bros slipped through, paid, and got in. And I tried to follow, but one of the bouncer ad dudes blocked my path. Now, for the next 45 minutes, yes bro, 45 minutes, while the bros were having the time of their life inside, I was trapped outside. And this part is mad boring, so we just gonna speed run the events that weren't. At one point, a kid tried to fight one of the bouncers who was like basically in front of me, and the dude was behind me. So after trying to push his way through, crashed out and was grabbing and pushing on this dude while I was in the line of fire. So I had to duck down and like weave his arms, and once I was clear of his wrath, I slipped my way like 2 or 3 people away from him because I didn't want to almost get slammed again. Another fun thing that happened was people were constantly pushing to a point the main dude at the door closed the door and was like, if everyone don't back up and stop pushing, I'm shutting it down. He wasn't shutting shit down, and he was like pointing to the cops behind us like, I'm gonna tell him to shut it down, and then like everybody chilled for like 5 seconds till the doors opened back up, and then everyone started pushing again. And at one point, after standing like 10 feet away from the door for like 30 years and not be able to get in, I slipped past one of the unks and was behind this girl they let through, and they also let me through. I paid, and I finally got in. Now, I walked in with one mission in mind, to look for the no, I'm kidding. I was looking for the bros. And then I saw a giant room, loads of people, music blasting, so I was like, they obviously gonna be in there. Now, you'd think at this function being packed and dark as hell, it would make it hard for me to find them, but one of the bros was literally wearing a green bodysuit, so it only took me like 4 minutes of maneuvering between people, and I walked up to them, and I was like, yo! And then I got turned as hell, bro, which this whole night was like out of character for me, because I was here in this giant mass of people jamming out, and probably one of the only few people in there sober because I don't drink, but I was still having fun, you feel me? Like everything was low-key a vibe, but it did get hot as hell in there, because like this is how many people were packed into the room. Like you guys try to find me in this picture.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, there's me, and then there's the bros, and there was this one spot in there like under a vent that got air, so there was literal points where I would dead go over there and just stand under it, because it was the only spot in that place that got oxygen. And a good amount of the time I was either with both of the bros, with one of them, while the other was dead on a mission to get some ass thrown on him. So he was in the action getting lit the whole time, and I would have to be walking out of the main room just to chill in other areas. And they had this little area in between the main room and these other areas where they apparently were doing $40 tattoos. Like, I don't even know, bro. That's what I heard, but I ain't seen no $40 tattoo stand. And they had a bar, and then there's a little chill area with these two ladies selling expensive ass shit. And at one point, I wanted to drink because I was damn near dehydrated. And bro asked these dudes who walked by how much their Gatorades were, and they said $5. And he said, oh hell no. And I was like, I'm gonna need that. And I swear to God, I got up and went and bought a $5 small Glacier Freeze Gatorade, and I absorbed it in seconds. So watch all the ads in this video, guys, please, please, please. And after some more getting in the mosh pit of doom and watching random girls throw ass on dudes, and dead ass saw multiple bros in the corner of this hoe getting what I can only call private dances. Eventually it was around like 1 a.m. or something, and the lights came on and this shit was wraps, and me and bros left, and I genuinely had a good ass time at this function, which is hella surprising to me because I be inside all the time. So it did took one good function and me and some chill ass people to change my mind for real. But if you're like me, I would recommend just going to like one function and trying it out on God. And I'm saying, me personally, I'm not gonna like start going to a bunch of functions, but if I were you, coming from a fellow I'd rather stay inside person, I would try it out, bro. Also, last thing I forgot to add, shout out to the dude who recognized me at the function. Like, this literally has never happened before. I've never been recognized in public, and there's a dude in there who watched my video, so shout out to you, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. Definitely one of my faves so far, and like the video.
What happened? Did the audio cut out or something? Is there any more of this? Oh, okay, that's it. Okay, so... Ah, no. No, don't start with the... Not yet.
Hello, and welcome to another episode.
Alright. So, let me go back to my... Alright, so, wow. What an experience that was, right? And at least he had a good time, which is what matters. For me, though, I never even bothered to go to any of my college parties because I just didn't, because I just didn't really feel like going. Like, I'd rather just, was just the type of person to, like, yeah, as he said, stay inside. Okay, yeah. And besides, I was way too busy with my assignments, tests, exams, all that. sort of stuff. So I had like no time to go to a party if I wanted to. So yeah. But if you ever went to a college party or or are planning on going into one, tell me all the deets in the chat. If you did go to one, how did it go for you? What was your experience like? And if you're planning on going to one, do you think it'll be exactly like this? Like similar to what he experienced? Let me know in the chat. And then we'll just move on to our last reaction for the stream. While you guys can talk about that if you want. There's the chat, if you're on either YouTube or Twitch, is right there in front of you. So yeah. Yeah, okay. Alright, so our last reaction is from Spilled Ink. Remember that this is, I told you beforehand that this is from Emi this is Emi Richu and a guy named Didas together. They basically collaborated to make this channel. And what they said in the first video, since I've watched all the videos, is basically they're saying that they're moving away from digital art and they're moving towards traditional art. And for this video, we're reacting to coloring each other's line art with markers featuring uuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuuu so cool. I want to see what happens here, and what kind of art they're gonna make in this case, because they do. I still think they do such a good job of their art, even though they're so judgmental of their own art. But yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what they do here and how they're going to basically do this. So yeah, let's find out. So make sure to like up the stream for all of the tech issues that we've experienced today to just give these give this some support right after all of that. Okay, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell on YouTube, and follow me on Twitch, because again, when we reach 50 followers, we will be doing something special, doing something to celebrate, so shh. All right, and let's get into this final reaction in 3, 2, 1, let go.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Spilled Ink with your host,
Emily.
and Didas. And don't mind my boo-boo
Uh,
on my hand.
Oh, don't mind my boo-boo either.
Oh, we all got boo-boos
I always got
already.
something going on with my hand. So, today, we have an exciting episode. We're going to be trying out some
uh-oh.
materials that we've never used before.
Oh?
Yeah, I know. So, uuuuuuuuuuuuu is a marker brand who very kindly reached out to us and sent us some of their products, which I'm very excited to use.
Ever since we
Okay.
got to physical media, I just love any tool.
Yeah.
Any physical tool.
And luckily, luckily, these tools are something that I feel like we're somewhat familiar with. So they sent us some fine line drawing pens.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And they also sent us their bleed-proof marker pad. You can take the pages out as well.
that's
Super
so
nice. They
nice.
also sent us this 78-sheet sketch pad.
Wow, this is a big boy.
Yeah, really thick.
Oh wow, look at how thick the this is, huh?
But the real star of this episode
Yeah, bring it out.
are
bring it out.
these Sanrio Ohuhu markers. Wait, is it focused?
Oh my
because it's
God.
taller.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
you
these
brought out the big boy.
Sanrio
That
Ohuhu
is
markers.
so-
And they actually sent us two so that Didas and I can use them. Wait, is
Wait,
it bigger?
wait, what? No, wait, it is bigger.
Oh, snap!
What is going on here?
Okay, so we should open the bigger one then. Ta-da! Wow! Take
Wow.
a look at this bad boy. Oh, this is cool. So this actually came with a bleed-proof tool, and it came with the Sanrio character Ohuhu art marker sheet.
Actually, I can't. It's so hard to focus because it's
So
so
bright.
shiny. Oh my.
Gee, whoa!
Let's take a look at the mark. Oh, look, they got the.
Oh my god, they're like Sanrio branded.
Sorry, this is really scuffed, huh, guys?
And you also get these Ohuhu color swatch sheets. And it also comes with these really cute little coloring sheets too of some of your favorite
so you can
Sanrio
test it.
characters. Yeah. Can you open the 48 one? I want to see if there's like a difference. I think that this is more pastel.
Yeah, you're right. The lighter.
Yeah, look, this one doesn't have G8. Like they share some colors, but some colors are exclusive to this pack and some are exclusive to this pack.
Okay, looks like you gotta get both then.
Wow! Wait, wow! There's a lot here. I'm kind of
my God.
overwhelmed, actually.
Shaking.
Okay,
Let's test these bad boys out, shall we?
So
let's test
vigorously.
these. So what are we gonna do today, Didas?
What we're doing today is that we're gonna do a little challenge, a little funsies challenge, where we both do line arts.
Using these fine line drawing pens here.
Sure. And then we'll pass it to each other, and then Emily colors my line art, and I color Emily's line art.
Yeah, so we get to see what our line arts look like with each other's color style. Okay, we have our papers that we took out of this book, and I also forgot to mention that this marker pad also comes with a paper protector, like a page protector. So if you're worried about
wow,
the marker
that's so-
bleeding through, you just put this behind it, and then you color, and it won't bleed onto the next page. Isn't that nifty?
Very nifty.
Very cool, very useful tool.
Beautiful.
But I also took the liberty to color swatch the first color
Oh,
swatch
hang on.
paper, which is like the first,
I didn't even
think,
bother to
like
check
3
the sound. Hang on. Give me 1 second, okay? Give. Okay. Let me. Okay, there we go. Oh no, okay. There we go. And then this is where it should be. Okay. Awesome. Now this. Now let's.
rows. First 4 rows of
Can you
this.
guys hear it better
And
now?
colors are.
Did you have fun with this
Okay.
I did.
little
the
coloring
colors-
book here?
Colors are really vibrant.
hope so.
Now we have this to refer to for just these rows of markers.
Okay,
But-
it's all hoo-hoo time.
Oh, hoo-hoo time!
Oh,
We're
hoo-hoo
gonna pencil. We're gonna do the pencil sketch first. That'll be just time lapse because we want to concentrate. Then we'll be back to chat and ink.
Oh, wow. Look at that. You guys see that? It looks so good. Oh my god. See, look at them.
We have our sketches.
Finish our sketches. Emily, what we got here?
Mine was kind of a struggle. This was my second redraw. This is the one I drew first. Which I don't hate, but I also don't love it. And it also, so I added a bunch of, jewelry detail, and I realized it'd be really annoying to try and, color these in with these markers.
I guess so.
I don't know, I just feel like it'd be a lot of work.
It could be a good test of the markers, though, I guess. But...
Maybe, but I also feel like I didn't make the drawing big enough.
Yeah.
This was hard to work with.
I do like the framing of this one better.
So I ended up scrapping this one, and then I tried to draw a different thing.
And you can see the art rage.
No, stop! I'm not art raging anymore.
That looks like. Look how hard the pencil lining is. You went.
No, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna hard reset, so I had to ruin it to remind myself. Maybe editors, maybe don't put this in.
Wait, what? No, it's funny. What do you mean? Put it in.
They've seen me art.
Editors, put it in.
They've seen me art raging. No, editors, don't put this in.
Editors, put it in.
Editors, don't put this in.
Editors, put it in.
Well, this is my third iteration.
Right, so you were having an off day.
I've been having an off month.
We can talk about that later, but you've been having, essentially we'll talk about it, but she's been having art blog, I think, right?
It's been a while
Okay,
since
so...
I've felt like this, but yes, it's giving me an existential crisis.
And that's why you've been seeing her art rage a lot more recently.
But I'm done. I'm not art raging anymore, okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's either you're art raging or I'm art raging. We can never both rage at the same time. Because I think, when you're raging, you're kind of raging for me sometimes. So I'm like, okay, so I don't have
living vicariously through my art rage. But
anyways, this girl looks very cozy.
Yeah. So
what's up with this drink here, huh?
It's a coffee with some whipped cream and some cinnamon. So I got the idea. Since the weather's been getting so much colder these days, because it's finally feeling like autumn. It's November, it's about time. But I decided, I wanted to draw something that kind of captured the autumnal feeling. And every morning, Didas makes us a cup of coffee with whipped cream and
sometimes whipped cream.
Sometimes
you don't
whipped
want
cream.
Too much sugar.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes whipped cream with a little bit of nutmeg and cinnamon, and it's real tasty and cozy. And then we light our autumnal scented candles.
Yeah, it smells like, what's it smell right now? Cinnamon?
We have cinnamon bun and we have pumpkin spice.
Oh, that's
but
good.
I'll talk about candles later.
Okay.
I have something I want to say about candles. But anyways, yeah, I drew her in just a cozy turtleneck with a cozy sweater.
Yo, can I just say before the commenters say it,
what?
I'm just gonna say it. It looks like Mommy from Rent a Girlfriend.
No, it doesn't. It does not look like Mommy.
When we're coloring, I wanna give her blonde hair
don't make her
and
look
blue
like
eyes.
No, how dare you?
But yeah, she looks very this turtleneck especially looks very cozy.
Yeah, so I figured you could
Okay.
use warm, earthy colors.
I can't wait to ruin it with my terrible coloring. I am not good at markers. I'm just saying that right now.
Neither am I.
Yeah, I think you're pretty decent at color, at markers. I've seen you do the skin with markers, and I just struggle. I struggle with markers.
But now I'm gonna have to color something that I'm really not familiar with, like a shonen scene. I don't know how to color that.
So what I got here.
Yeah, what do you have?
Is I like swords. I like swords a lot, actually. I think I grew up just liking sword stuff. I'm never into guns. I don't really care if gun is in my fantasy. I'm like, nah, get that away from me. Swords, shields, arrows, bow and arrows. I'm always a bowman. Anyways, yeah, we got this action scene where there's a sword coming here, but he's kind of clashing with this sword here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's clang, and then he's about to, I don't know, swing again.
Oh, he's got a scar over here too.
Yeah, he's been through it. He's been through it. I was going for the, the kakui guy.
He's so cool.
Very edgy.
Typical guy. Yeah.
He looks like a hero.
I feel like I've a theme going on with my art style where I always have these dark eye bags. I kind of like them though. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
They make character.
They make that character look so much cooler. Am I crazy?
No.
I gotta stop though. I don't know.
I kind of draw the same eyes for all my characters too.
You do?
Just big and happy.
Ooh woo.
Hey! How dare you?
Oh man, I'm gonna ruin these eyes. I'm just gonna ruin everything with my coloring. I wonder how you're gonna. You know what I just realized though?
What?
I want to be sad because I think I did a really good job with the pencil, and you told me that I can't color it with the pencil there.
I
it'll
worry
smudge,
it'll
right?
smudge, yeah.
So I want to have to ruin it by lining it, and then
I don't think you'll ruin it by
But
then.
anyways, in this part of the video, at least it'll live on as this part of the video.
Yeah. These pencil sketches will, in case they get ruined, it'll be immortalized in the screen cap right here.
We'll ruin each other's coloring. I definitely will. I'm not very confident with the markers. Markers are just so, like... They're so YOLO. They're so, like... Not YOLO.
You're done. You're done.
It's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's
There's
just...
no Control Z, no going back. You can't, like, water wet it out.
It's
That
such a, like, a
sucks.
permanent decision
That
for me.
sucks.
It's just like, you put this color down, that one
But it's
spot, if
also
it's not
very-
colored correctly, it's going to look like that forever.
Like,
I think for me, I'm more worried about the potential bleed
this is
Bleed.
traditional,
of the
like,
marker.
So we have, like, a...
You know when you, like, color and then it, like, spreads a
Oh,
bit?
it spreads. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. But
I mean,
we'll see how it goes. I'm not too attached to this, so if you mess up the colors, it's whatever.
yeah,
I'm more worried about messing this up because I feel like
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I feel like you poured your heart and soul into this.
No. Please go ahead and
Okay.
I would suggest though, not suggest, but I would request that you make his color like anime kind of coloring, like red, blue, purple.
Okay.
Something like, you know, not brown or black. I think it would be cooler if it was like
Like a color.
like anime.
Got
hair,
it. Pink.
Anime hair color.
Pink
You
hair-
can do pink.
Wait,
You
really?
really can. Yeah. Like
Okay.
if you could make it cool looking.
I mean, I was just kidding. I wasn't gonna make it pink, but
I'm down.
also,
So.
speaking of coloring, we will be using these Ohuhu fine line drawing pens that we showed earlier
Focus it
that they
here.
gave to us.
So they're very shiny, so they're hard to see on cameras.
And to make color picking a lot easier, I took the liberty of filling out these marker swatch cards. Here, I'll put them down here.
Yeah, okay, these are gonna be very helpful. I didn't even know there was a technique. Like, I never realized to use these. I thought I was just like gonna do this and be like, oh, I wonder what this color
just
looks
forever,
like.
test it.
Yeah.
I feel like this will save us a lot of time. So these are the two that are in the 80 color. 80 marker. And one thing I found really interesting is that,
Right. So these.
in the 48 color marker set,
Which are these?
the colors are a lot more pastel. So if you're going for like super vibrant, go for the 80 color marker set. But these are like really light and probably like more buildable, easier to control maybe.
Yeah, I feel like we should start with these, and then like maybe we can work our way towards the more vibrant colors.
Yeah.
This is gonna be tough.
We have a lot of options. We are spoiled for choice right now.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I don't like having too much choice, but hey, well,
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
try it
like-
out. We are now starting the inking phase.
Woo! And the chatting phase. Woo!
Yay!
This might be kind of a lengthy video because I feel like I'm in the mood to yap.
Oh, you're ready to bring out your feelings, huh?
This is my weekly therapy session.
No, this is good. This
Weekly
is gonna be like relatable
I
to
mean,
a
art
lot
is
of artists. I'm pretty sure like
therapeutic after
most
all, so-
artists have gone through art block.
Hey, who said it was about art block?
You literally said it like not too long ago.
Who said it was about art block? Excuse you.
I
Spoiler
know.
alert.
I see it in your eyes. Your burned eyes of art blockiness. They look very blocky still around.
All right, so ink drops. I have something I have to admit to you that I'm embarrassed of. So some of you may have noticed, you know, I've been art raging. A lot more than usual. I'm gonna be honest, like I was kind of worried that it would come off like really discouraging to people, but it turns out it's a very relatable feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And like, of course, a lot of the art rage is just on camera.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really art rage in the same way if I'm just drawing by myself. Just more like silent art raging.
I do. I art rage.
Do you art rage in like your own room when you're drawing? You're like, ugh.
Yep. I do.
I'm just trying to figure out how.
Oh,
Dude,
okay.
our elbows are
Yeah.
are touching
I
because
know.
we have no space.
Listen,
Oh,
we're
Hold on. Let me just here. Let me. Here,
just
okay,
a little
okay,
bit.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
okay, listen. We put the
Wait,
camera
just
like
do-
very zoomed in because we want like it to look good, and
Yeah.
like so me and Emily like kind of like elbowing each other.
Yeah.
Anyways, what were you saying?
It's been kind of like a snowball effect since like late September.
Since Inktober.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you
'cause
didn't
that's-
start raging until Inktober. Inktober has destroyed you.
No, but I don't think Inktober was the catalyst.
Oh, really?
I think I was just having a bad month in general. And then I think Inktober, I think it was affecting how I was like approaching my art, which was affecting my Inktober, which in turn like made me spiral more. So I think I'm better now, but I was kind of having like a tough time during October because I was dealing with like contact dermatitis. Ditis remembers this. I was dealing with like a combination of rosacea and contact dermatitis. And even now, I don't know if I actually have rosacea. It's been like a whole thing. For people who don't know, contact dermatitis is like basically something was triggering like a rash on my face, which was a bit peculiar because I normally don't get rashes on my face, but it just like something made my face like inflamed and then it just wouldn't go away. And I kept trying to like go to doctors to get it checked out and like see what on earth is happening. You know how like everyone's skin is different?
Yeah, the classic. You go to the doctor and
the classic like
here's your drugs.
Yeah, not every person has the same like triggers. You need to pinpoint exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You might be allergic to something. I don't know. Here, take these drugs and come back if they don't work. And, yeah, it was really bad. It was really uncomfortable. It's gotten a lot better now because, like, I went to get it, like, treated and I got medicine for it. But I think having to deal with that for a while kind of kickstarted the October blues.
The October blues.
And then also, so, okay, that's just, like, more, like, personal life stuff. It's not really related to my art in any way.
No, well, mood affects how your art ends up sometimes, right?
That's true. But then I think for the first time in a very long time, I was experiencing art block, which I was horrified to come to terms with. Like, I can't believe I'm feeling this. Like, I thought I escaped.
When's the last time you had it?
I don't even, maybe COVID?
Mine was literally like last year.
Oh yeah, it was. I guess I forgot what a horrible feeling it was
Yeah, it sucks.
to have art block.
Yeah.
Yeah, art block was, it was
You
not
just
fun.
you don't like admitting things sometimes, right?
Yeah.
At least for like with something to do with something you're passionate about, like art and stuff. I don't think anyone likes to admit like when they're like, oh, I'm burned out, or oh, I have art block.
Yeah. No. It's definitely not burnout. Like,
I was just giving
Yeah.
It's
So,
more art blocky for sure.
Yeah. I wasn't burnt out. It was definitely just more, I suddenly couldn't draw and I wasn't enjoying the process. I think now I'm in like a better headspace for it, so I can like kind of get back on it. But I just remember every time we came into the studio to like record an Inktober episode, I was like dreading it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't want to have to sit down and draw like 5 drawings at once. I don't want to do it. But also that's why like I'm very grateful for the ink drops because everyone has been really understanding.
Yeah, that's good.
Like again, I was really worried that I was just bringing like negative vibes.
Yeah, you're afraid of like people being like, oh, why is she always so angry and like, oh, why is she such a mood killer and stuff like that. I thought you did fine though.
Yeah, it also helps to have Ditus here too.
Well, yeah, I have definitely seen better days.
Yeah, so very appreciative to the ink drops.
You were there when I was moody too.
Yeah, that's the art. That's the art struggle, but it always helps to have someone next to you who's like able to help you through it and like support you.
Oh yeah, that's me. The one, the only. The art god.
Anyways, that's what's been happening in my life, but I'm all good now. I'm okay. But I think also, I don't know. No, maybe I'll bring this up in a different episode.
What? Dude, you can't leave him hanging. You're leaving me hanging too.
I think it'd be fun if we had an episode where we drew like vent art. Have you ever drawn vent art, Ditus?
Yo, that sounds like fun.
Are you down? Because I usually never do that.
What do I vent though?
Like, what do you have to vent about?
I normally don't have things to vent about.
I feel like, I don't know, I want to have like just a cathartic episode where I just draw my feelings.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. That sounds like fun. I just wonder what I would draw.
It's okay. We could do a free draw episode where I draw vent art and you could draw something else.
I want to vent with you. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
We don't have to think about it now.
I don't really want to like pour my feelings out in a...
Yeah, you gotta save it for the vent art episode.
Yeah! I don't want to pour my feelings out during this like pleasant oh-hoo-hoo episode. Anyways, it's not that I'm not like going through it. Ink drops, do not worry.
Right.
It's just I feel like
You're
art
fine.
can be so therapeutic, and I think it'd be interesting to like draw out, I guess, sad feelings while also talking about it.
Well, I think, like maybe since you were like art raging when it comes to only drawing, like, like when we're painting, sometimes it feels very therapeutic because you just no lines to pay attention to. You just...
Oh yeah, maybe for the vent art episode we could paint.
Right. Yeah.
Paint
I
our
think
feelings.
painting has a better way of like conveying like the flow of emotions. I feel like 'cause drawing is so technically, you know.
I'm always fascinated by vent art because I never do it.
Yeah, it sounds
I feel
interesting.
like I do my best work when I'm in a good mood, and if I'm feeling down, I think I just don't draw.
I think you explain like literally everyone out there in the world.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, but
Yeah, if you're like feeling down, I don't want to draw.
But I feel like there's a lot of artists who like express their negative feelings by like
That
drawing it out.
that is true. That's Evangelion right there in a nutshell, basically.
What, Evangelion? Really?
Evangelion, yeah, he made it when he was like the most depressed. Makes sense.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense actually.
I can only recall like one time where I've drawn vent art, and it was when I was moving from New York to California.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time in my life where. Oh, actually, I think I'm gonna have a video about that coming out next week.
We'll see.
Whenever, I think a week from whenever this video comes out. Anyways, that's like the one time that I ever drew vent art because I was so upset about having to move. And I'm never gonna forget. God, it was like a core memory. I was in my room. It was really late at night. I had like the radio next to me. You know the radio that you like carry? It was really clunky because it was like forever ago.
Yeah, the box radios or
Yeah,
whatever.
the box radio.
Oh.
I had it on my desk, like playing radio songs. And I remember I got a nosebleed randomly, and I used my nose blood on my vent art.
Wow.
But that's when I found out that blood
What?
doesn't stay red when it dries, so it just looked like brown.
Yeah, it's so nasty.
It just looked like brown. I wish I saved it. Damn it! Why did I throw it away?
That sounds hardcore.
I know. I was. That was just like my angsty.
Crazy
That's
that
like
you
McDonald's
use
like
nose
ketchup art right there.
Yeah, that was my angsty, like, 15-year-old vent art. Oh, sorry, not 15-year-old. Like, I was 15. But yeah,
Using
have you ever
your
drawn
own
vent art?
blood.
I don't
That's
think so.
crazy.
No, never.
I think if I'm sad, I'm very vocal with my feelings. I'm like pretty transparent. Like, so if I'm feeling a certain way, I'll let it out instantly.
I know, you don't hold anything in.
I try not to.
I used to think I was pretty open until I met Ditus, and then I realized, in comparison, I bottle up a lot more.
You bottle up a lot. I mean, you used to be a lot worse.
Hey!
Yeah, you used to like, anything bad, you just like, shove it all the way down, and now like, it was crazy.
We'll
I was
never
like,
late.
I never seen like never seen that in person. It was just like, dang, you like really bottle that up. I'm glad you're like a lot more like, not like that anymore, because I feel like it's good in the moment, but like later on down the line, I think it's gonna come back and haunt you.
Yeah.
At least that's my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know where I got that from. Maybe my parents. Not blaming
It's
them, but-
subconscious stuff.
Yeah.
You just have to catch it and be like, oh, why am I doing that?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things not to head into like gushy, corny territory, but I think that is one of the things I really appreciate about you is like you're very in tune with your feelings, and like you're much better at communicating them than I am, I think. And let me know if anyone can relate. Sometimes I like
Who can relate?
there'll be days where I'm just sad and I don't know why.
That's not me though. Can't be me. No, okay, okay, there are times where if it's completely silent, and I've heard people say this, like, I think you said this one time too, and like a couple of other friends, they say like in their head, if they're in their head and it's too quiet and like, they're thinking in bed, then like they don't like it, like thinking about their thoughts or something, like their thoughts bother them or something.
What are they thinking about?
I don't know, just like when they're alone with their thoughts, they get like bothered and sad and mad and stuff like that. It feels like the stuff they bottled down coming back.
Oh, yeah.
I guess, right, to haunt them.
Me.
Yeah, so you get like that sometimes where you're like, oh, it's too quiet and I'm alone with my thoughts, and then you start freaking out a little bit, or
Yeah.
like getting like anxiety or something like that, or something. Yeah, I don't get that, because I just straight up like, I don't know, I if something's bothering me, I try to get it out ASAP. Like if I'm like laying in bed, I'm thinking about the problem now. And I'm like, how do I fix this stupid problem?
Well, it's because like I'm a chronic overthinker.
No, me too. I'm definitely an thinker. I made a whole video about overthinking.
Oh yeah. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Do you still feel like you
did.
overthink a lot?
Oh yeah, but I think the overthinking comes down to like social stuff though. Like I'm overthinking social interactions, I guess.
You do?
Yeah. You should rewatch my overthinking video. I think it'll give you a good idea there.
I feel like you haven't overthought anything in a while.
I guess it depends on like how I'm feeling. Cause I generally like thinking. I like when my brain starts thinking like in bed.
No, I don't.
Like I enjoy it. You don't like it?
No. Well, I think it's because my brain always heads to like the worst territory.
Yeah.
Because I won't be just like thinking anything like, what am I gonna do this month? Blah 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 blah. Like, what do you think about?
Just whatever.
I feel like
Whatever's happening.
no matter what I'm thinking about, if it's like nighttime, my brain inevitably goes to like, you're gonna die one day.
Wait, really? Really? My brain's just like, what are we eating tomorrow? What are we doing tomorrow?
What are we eating tomorrow?
Well, that's also a thing is like, since I have brain stuff.
What do you mean brain stuff? What does that mean?
I have brain stuff, so I have to plan my days tomorrow because I'm not very good at remembering dates or times or what's happening this week. I'm very like, I think about the now instead of like what's going on next week or something, you know?
Sometimes Didus will make plans with a friend and he'll message me and be like, am I free next Saturday?
Yeah,
and I'm like, how am I supposed to know?
Right.
You're like, I'm not your secretary.
Oh no, I made the hands too small.
Little cute hands.
Look how big her head is. You got a big old Megamind noggin.
Oh, you're right. Her hands are a little bit small.
It's okay. I already inked
It's
it.
cute though.
I can't go back. Oh, right. I never finished my rosacea story. So, ink drops. I have a dilemma. Well, it's not really a dilemma because it's not bothering me that much anymore, but I thought I had rosacea for like 2 months now because my skin would just randomly start getting like super red out of nowhere. It doesn't do that much anymore, and I'm wondering if it's because the weather's gotten colder. Like, I'm wondering if the flare-up was just because it was summertime and it was really humid, but I think I got contact. I think the rosacea medicine I was using was like flaring up my like facial contact dermatitis.
Yeah, because you went to urgent care, which was like a quick doctor.
Yeah,
It's not like
and
an
they were-
actual doctor.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, I think you have rosacea. So then they prescribed me medicine, but then after I used the medicine, then I started getting like a rash on top of like the redness in my skin. So then I went to a doctor in Japan, and he was like, oh, you have contact dermatitis right now. You might have rosacea underneath it, but something's triggering the contact dermatitis. So he gave me this like topical ointment to use on my face, and I used it for a few days. And I was like, oh, cool. My dermatitis went away. But my face was still, like, red. There was no rash, and it was smooth, but it was still, like, red. So then I used the rosacea medicine to make the redness go down. And then my contact dermatitis flared up again. And I was like, it must be the rosacea medicine.
But yeah, we read up about like rosacea and like how like it's treatable but not curable.
Yeah.
And like milk and sun
Caffeine.
and caffeine
And stress.
and coffee and stress causes the pigmentation.
And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll just...
Yeah, we're like, how the
I
heck are you
should've-
supposed to find out if you actually have rosacea? This is ridiculous. Like at first we're like, Emily, don't drink milk. Don't drink milk. It might cause flare-ups. And then she's like, no, but I don't want milk. Give me coffee. I mean, we drink almond milk, but
Yeah, I don't even drink regular
no,
milk.
but you're eating cheese.
I love cheese.
You are eating cheese.
I love cheese.
And you're lactose too. And
Well-
you're eating cheese. You know what? The world will be a better place for you if you stop eating dairy because
It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
your body would be a lot happier.
But I guess maybe I'm allergic to something. Like I react to something in the rosacea ointment. So I just stopped using it entirely, and my skin's been pretty okay. It's just so annoying.
Okay, you know what? It's not so bad.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's not. It doesn't got that like the little messy pencil look. But I guess you're gonna have to carry it with the coloring.
I don't know what I'm gonna color it.
Good thing Emily like draws like a coloring book because it'll make it easy for me.
Just fill in within the lines. Damn, this drawing looks basic.
No, cute anime girl. What do you mean, cozy?
Yeah, ooh, cozy.
No, for real. Look, okay, can I just compliment you here?
Yeah, okay.
Like this line art is crazy. Like this is crazy smooth. And also I like how it's like you're not filling completely all here, so you got like it's kind of bleeding in with the paper. I like how the outline of the outside is darker and thicker than the inside, and then the eyes really pop. I'm telling you,
No,
you
thank you.
color like
No,
a
no,
color.
no,
You
I'm not
ink like
saying-
a color book.
I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm just saying it looks so overreaching.
Yeah, she said it. She said it for me.
All I can see. It looks so overreaching.
Oh, what's wrong with like embracing your art style? Like people would kill to have like an art style, like a go-to art style that they can just boom, you know?
I'm just predictable. I have to come to terms with the fact that I'm predictable.
You don't like the fact that you like being comfy with art. Like you like getting out of your comfort zone scares you.
It does.
Right.
In every way.
Are you ready, Emily?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Are you ready for the swamp? It's swamping time.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's try it. I'm like, oh man, okay.
Drum roll, please. Okay, that was a terrible transition, but hey, there we go.
Coloring time. Wow, look at all the swatches we have.
Okay,
before
so
us.
you're telling me I can't do blonde for the hair and blue for the eyes?
I don't. Ever since you pointed out she looks like Mommy from Rent a Girlfriend, I would prefer.
Sorry guys, this is a really long
make her look
video.
not like Mommy.
I'm
from
just
Rent a
Trying my
I'm just
best
joking.
to
I won't
react
do
to it.
that.
Don't
Okay,
worry.
anyways, as I was saying, you know how like you mentioned that like we just have different strengths
Yeah.
in like art and stuff? I was gonna say, I feel like this channel is kind of the perfect combination of our strengths.
You're
and
shoujo and
weaknesses.
I'm shonen.
Kind of, yeah. Like I like to go for like the girlier styles and colors, and you go for a lot more like we're opposites in like every way.